What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to bring you a long-term review of the Edifier. These are the R1280T. These are one of the more popular budget-oriented studio monitor speakers, multimedia monitor speakers, computer or desktop speakers. You can use them for your home entertainment. Also, if you want to use them for your TV, they can work for that. They generally run around $100. They usually come with actually a grill here, but I actually removed that because I prefer how the way it looks here. I actually threw the grills away, or if I didn't throw them away, I couldn't find them. So they generally cost $100. I believe I paid $79 or $89 for them over the holiday a couple years ago because they do run on sale from time to time. So that being said, kind of give you a quick overview of them and give you my general thoughts of them and who they may be for, may not be for, and why they are so popular. So generally you get, they do come in a nice box, so you do get a nice box. These are an RCA only connector, so they don't have some of the more powerful connectors out there that some of the more expensive speakers have. They do have upgrade for these that are $129. They come with Bluetooth, and they come with the more powerful audio connectors, which can give you a little bit more bass, a little bit more for your setup. So they do come in a nice actual box. I mean, if you're paying $100, getting in a nice box, while may not be the most important thing, it's kind of nice. They do come with a nice remote, so it just has basically plus minus for your volume, and then you do have a mute on it. That's it. I personally don't use the remote because it's easy to just actually go back, and I use it for my desktop for my computer, so it's easy to change there. It does come with a manual, so you do get that, and then you do get some RCA cables, which I'm not going to show you. They're your general RCA cables. So I do have the active speaker here, so you have an active and a passive speaker. What that means is that it actually has an amp built into it. I believe it's 42 watts, if that runs correctly. I have to look there, but I'm pretty sure it's 42 watts. So now I'll just give you an idea of the speaker, what it looks like, what I like about it. So this is the active speaker, so kind of jump up here, give you a better look. So again, you have your larger kind of subwoofer type speaker there. You have your tweeter up here. It's a very simple design. I do think it looks nice. I kind of wish it came in white. I do not believe it comes in white, but it does have a nice feel to it. It has this wood grain on the side. This actually does feel like real wood, so my impression is that it is some type of real pressed wood, but I'm not really sure of that. And then you have your volume, you have your treble, and your bass there. So I have them set to neutral because I'll kind of go over the sound. I'm not going to play any sound of these because it would be a little bit too difficult with YouTube. They probably flag the video, so I will just go over my general thoughts on the sound. And then for the back, you have your power, your speaker out for your other speaker, and then you do have your RCA connector, and obviously a power cord. Standard USA plug. It does not have where you can connect a subwoofer to it, so you can get some of their more expensive speakers where you can do that, but this one does not have that. So that's really it. This one's actually pretty heavy because it has an amp in it. The other one's a little bit lighter, but that kind of gives you a look of the speaker. It's a very well-built speaker from what I've seen. It's got some rubber feet here on the bottom, which are nice. And that's it. So this one's heavy. The other one actually isn't all that heavy. But overall, I've used these mainly only at my desktop for my actual computer. So some of the sound quality that I'm going to talk about may actually be a little bit different for everyone because your motherboard that you use also has a sound chip in it. So there is some better high-end motherboards, or if you get a sound card, it's going to sound better that way. But I have an Asus, it's one of their Prime Plus motherboards. It's just a standard M-ATX motherboard. Not the fancy, there's no sound card or anything like that. There is an audio chip that they say enhances the audio. But when it comes to the actual sound of it, it is very neutral. There's not a whole lot of bass. There's actually almost no bass, which I find is that mainly that is the limiting factor of my motherboard, because I did hook these up to my actual TV in the living room, and they sounded much better with a lot more bass. So I think that's just a motherboard feature that we're lacking there. But the sound quality is actually pretty good. It's pretty neutral. It's got good midtones, treble's good. The bass is just the only thing that's lacking. If you're looking for something with a ton of bass, unless you have a sound card or a really high-end motherboard that has a good audio chip in it, you're not going to get it out of this, or at least I have not been able to get a whole lot of bass out of it. And when you turn the bass up, it doesn't sound great, so I assume it's probably a power draw thing. There's probably just not enough power coming from the motherboard, or the chip's not set up correctly. I've messed around a little bit with my audio settings within, but overall it's a very neutral sound. My big negative is that I have really nice speakers in my living room. We actually have Fluence. They're just two powered kind of bookshelf speakers, and they make these things sound awful. But they were also $400, while these are $100, and they have the higher end. I forget what the audio connector is for it, but it's one of the higher ends where you can connect it to your TV, and it's not the RCA, which does have a limiting power factor. So there is only so much power and so much audio you can get out of an RCA. But that's one negative, is that we have really nice speakers in the living room, so it makes these sound kind of dingy and kind of tingy and not a whole lot of pop to them. But for the general consumer, I think they are great options. And if you can find a cheap sound card out there, which you can if you shop around, I do believe that these would sound much better. But if you're just looking for a neutral standard, they'd be great monitor speakers, just computer monitor speakers. They sound much better than the built-in speaker in my actual monitor. But for the sound, if you have really nice expensive speakers, they're not going to sound great. But for the general people's use out there, I think they're excellent options out there. There is many other $100 options, but I think these, with the style, the quality, the build quality seems great. I've had zero issues with them. Granted, they haven't left my desk, but most people actually just set up their speakers and they leave them there. So I haven't had any build quality issues. No, the shipping was great, packaging was great, the box that came in was excellent. From what I hear, Edifier actually has pretty good customer service, so that's something to look into. I do not know how long the warranty is on these, but I would assume probably 5 years. Generally, speaker have a decent warranty on them because they generally last forever. So if you're just looking, again, for a neutral standard tone with not a lot of bass, let's say you just have a mid-grade computer that you want to hook them up to, I think this is an excellent option. If you're looking for a ton of bass, I would look elsewhere or look at some of the more higher end speakers. Again, they have an option above this that has Bluetooth, which is another little bit of a negative, is if you want Bluetooth, you're gonna have to pay $129 to get the step up from these that does have Bluetooth. So that's it. No subwoofer connection, so if you're wanting to hook up a subwoofer, again, these are not it. You have to buy the more expensive ones. But overall, very happy with these. Wait till you can get them on sale. They go on sale at least $10 off fairly frequently, so just check Amazon's site fairly often and you can get them on sale there. I've seen them at Adorama also, and B&H go on sale at times, so just check around. You can get them for $79, $89 if you shop around, but I've never seen them lower than that. Generally, $89 is a pretty good deal for these. So that's it, guys. Again, I wish they came in white. That's our different color scheme. At the time I bought them, they did not. I think I've had these for around 3 years now, 2 or 3 years, and I haven't had any issues with them. They do come with a grill on the front, but again, I took those off because I don't really like that look. So that's it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave them below and I will get back to you. If you like this video, again, give me a thumbs up. It does help the channel out some, so I can get some more action going here. Have a good rest of the day, and thanks again, and I'll see you guys next time.